When people talk about the greatest football clubs in history, one name always rises above the rest: Real Madrid. A club that turned ambition into dominance, a team that built its identity around winning. From the early days of football in Spain to becoming the most successful club in European history, Real Madrid has created legends, unforgettable matches, and nights that changed the sport forever. But the story of this club didn't start with superstars, trophies, and global fame. It began with a simple group of football lovers in the city of Madrid, and what they started would grow into a football empire. This is the incredible story of Real Madrid. Our journey begins in 1902. Football was still a young sport in Spain. A group of enthusiasts in Madrid decided to form a football club. They called it Madrid Football Club. At the time, no one could imagine that this small organization would one day become the most successful club in the history of European football. The team quickly gained attention in Spanish competitions. Just a few years later, in 1920, the club received a royal honor from King Alfonso XIII. The king granted them the title Real, which means royal. From that moment on, the club became known as Real Madrid, a name that would soon echo across the world of football. During the following decades, Real Madrid established itself as one of the most competitive teams in Spain. The club began collecting national trophies and building a passionate fan base. Madrid was becoming a football city. But the true transformation of the club would happen in the 1950s, and it would completely change the history of European football. A visionary president named Santiago Bernabeu began shaping the future of the club. He expanded the stadium, he strengthened the squad, and most importantly, he dreamed of making Real Madrid the greatest club in the world. In 1953, everything changed. Real Madrid signed a player who would redefine football at the club: Alfredo Di Stéfano. He wasn't just a striker, he was a complete footballer. He defended, he created, he scored, he led. With Di Stéfano as the heart of the team, Real Madrid became unstoppable. In 1955, a new competition was created in Europe, the European Cup, and Real Madrid immediately made history. From 1956 to 1960, the club won 5 consecutive European Cups. No other team has ever dominated the beginning of a competition like that. Real Madrid wasn't just winning, they were building a legend. Players like Ferenc Puskás and Francisco Gento joined the squad. Together, they formed one of the greatest teams football has ever seen. After the golden era of the 1950s, Real Madrid continued to evolve. The club remained competitive in Spain and Europe. Generations of players came and went, but one thing never changed: the expectation to win. The Santiago Bernabeu Stadium became one of the most iconic venues in football. Opponents feared playing there. The atmosphere, the pressure, the history. Real Madrid had built something unique, a culture where greatness was expected. At the beginning of the 2000s, Real Madrid once again changed football. The club started a project that captured global attention: the Galacticos. The idea was simple: bring the biggest stars in the world to Madrid. Luis Figo arrived first, then Zinedine Zidane, then Ronaldo Nazario, then David Beckham. The team was filled with global superstars. Millions of fans around the world began following Real Madrid. The club had become more than a football team, it had become a global brand. In 2009, Real Madrid made another historic signing: Cristiano Ronaldo. The Portuguese superstar arrived with enormous expectations, and he delivered even more. Ronaldo broke scoring records, he became the club's all-time top scorer, and he helped lead Real Madrid into another golden era. Between 2014 and 2018, the club dominated European football once again. Real Madrid won 4 Champions League titles in just 5 seasons, including an unbelievable run of 3 consecutive titles from 2016 to 2018. A modern dynasty. Today, Real Madrid remains the most successful club in the history of European football, a club defined by ambition, by legendary players, and by unforgettable nights in the Champions League. From Di Stéfano to Zidane to Cristiano Ronaldo, each generation added another chapter to this incredible story. Because at Real Madrid, Greatness is not just expected, it is tradition.